Hi everyone. So today I'm gonna share a detailed itinerary on how to travel in Taipei and Alishan. So in this video, I will focus on three main points. So the first is the trip overview, the second is the detailed itinerary, and the third is how to book the bus, train, and how to get around each city. So first, our trip overview. So we will spend around 7 days in Taiwan. So first, on the day one, we will reach Jiayi. So the main purpose of the one night stay is to avoid rushing, so that we won't miss anything. So on the second day and the third day, we will be in Alishan. So this will be one of the main attraction where you can walk on the trail and see the sunrise and sunset. And lastly, we will go back to Taipei where we will visit the main highlights, which is Pingxi Cracks, Yangmingshan, Elephant Mountain, and the Beidou Hot Spring. Okay, so next. So on day one, we will land in the Taiwan Taoyuan International Airport. So once you land, you can take the Taoyuan Airport MRT to reach the city center. So once we reach the city center, we want to take the high-speed rail to go from Taipei to Jiayi, which is our day one itinerary. So for the high-speed rail ticket, you can either book it through the Taiwan high-speed rail app, which I will explain more later on, or you can buy it directly in the high-speed rail station. So once we reach Jiayi, it's gonna be a chill day, so you can do anything you want. So what we suggest is you can either go to Jiayi Old Prison, Hinoki Village, or the night market. So it will probably last you around 1 to 2 hours. So to reach this location from the Jiayi high-speed rail, you can take either a taxi or public bus to the city center. So the attractions are all located nearby and are easily accessible on foot. So for day two, the first thing we will do for the day is to take the bus from Jiayi station to the Alishan. So the location of the bus stop is at the Jiayi train station. So you can either take a bus or you can take a taxi to reach that location. So it'll take approximately around 2 hours to go from the bus to Alishan. So for note, please reserve your seat in advance via the family ticket. You can book through online, so to ensure that you reserve a seat and you can sit throughout the whole journey. I will explain this more later on. So also remember to collect your ticket at the Family Mart store before boarding. I mean, you can do it on day one after you book it through the online portal. So once you reach Alishan, you can do all the trial. So the cost for entering the entire attraction is 300 NT Taiwan dollar, but if you take the bus, it will cost 150 Taiwan dollar. So I also highly recommend you to stay at Alishan Go Hotel. I think it's a very good hotel to walk all the trails. Yeah, so after doing all the trails, you can go to see the sunset. So I recommend you to go to the viewing deck near Qi Un Temple. Yeah, I think that's a great spot for the sunset. Also, if you're interested, before you end the night, you can do some stargazing, as there's a lot of lights near Alishan. I think you can get a good view of the night sky. So for day 3, yeah, so the first thing you'll do is probably go to the Alishan sunrise. So some note, you'll be able to see the sunrise timing the day before. So you can consider watching the sunrise at the Xiao Li Yuanshan lookout. Yeah, you can go to Google Map to see how to go there. So also remember to purchase your train ticket to Zhoushan the day before. Also, you can hike up to the viewpoint, which take around 1 to 2 hours if you are interested. So after the sunrise, you can choose to hike back to your hotel via the Zhoushan Sunrise Trail, or you can take the train back. It's up to you. So after you are done with everything, it's time to take the bus from Alishan back to Jiayi station. So also you can book the ticket through the Family Mart convenience store via the Family Ticket platform. Okay, so now we reach Taipei. So it's gonna be a chill night. You can go to any of the night market and explore at your own pace. So from day 4 onwards, we'll be at Taipei. So our first attraction I recommend is all the attraction in the Pingxi line. So you can reach the Pingxi line via the train. You can take the Ruifang. After that, you're going go on the Pingxi line. So then the 3 attraction that I recommend first is Pingxi Crack. So it's a hike. There's 3 mountains where we can hike. It will approximately take around 3 to 4 hours. Also, you can release the sky lantern here. I think it's cheaper and it's less crowded compared to Shifen. So also remember to try the famous peanut ice cream roll here. So next, you can go to any of the waterfall. I think I recommend either Shifen or the Santaoling waterfall. So you can choose whichever you want. Yeah. And lastly, you can go to the Hotong Cat Village. So it's the final station where I think there's a lot of cat roaming around. I think if you're a cat lover, you should visit this place. Also, don't miss the souvenir shop featuring the unique cat themed pineapple tart. Okay, so next on day 5, you can choose to go to Elephant Mountain. You can hike the Elephant Mountain. So it's approximately 1 hour. It will give you a great view of the Taipei 101. If you don't feel like paying to go up, you can go to the Elephant Mountain to see the view. I think it's a majestic view. So you can easily access this place via Xiangshan MRT station. So afterwards, you can go to the National Palace Museum. It'll take also around 1 to 2 hours. Also consider using an audio guide or joining a guide tour for a richer experience. And at night, you can visit any of the night market as usual to eat or buy any of your favorite stuff. Okay, so for day 6, it will be to Yangmingshan National Park. So there's 2 ways you can visit there, either through a charter car or bus. Up to you. I think if you take a charter car, it'll be more convenient, but it's more expensive. Alternatively, you can take the bus, which is a lot cheaper, but it's less convenient. So it will take approximately 3 to 4 hours to explore the whole thing. So for the suggested route, I would recommend to go to the Zhizhui, Xiaoyoukeng, Xiangtangkang, and finally Flower Clock. So after that, you can go and to enjoy the hot spring, and Peter Hot Spring is nearby. You can take either the bus or private charter to reach there. Similarly, at night, you can explore the night market at your own pace. So lastly, for the last day is a shopping and souvenir day. Yeah, there's a lot of places to go. I think some of the easy recommendation will be Ximending, Taipei Mall, or the Anime Underground Street. You can visit and buy your stuff. At the end of the day, you can go to a night market. Yeah. Yeah, so now I'm going to share with you some good apps or websites you can use to book all the transport in Taipei. So the first is booking the high-speed road. You can book through the TEX Express application. So if you book early, they usually give you, there's a early bird discount, which is 10% off. If not, it'll be the usual price. So how you can book is you go to the app. So you can see the picture on the second screen. So you can choose where you want to start, let's say Taipei, and to Jiayi. Then you can choose the date and what's the class and how many passenger. After that, you can choose the timing and you can just book through it. So once you book through the app, they'll give you a QR code which you can collect through the app, and you can enter the train station via the QR code. Okay, so next, how do you book a bus to Alishan from Jiayi? So you have to go to the family ticket website. Okay, so what do you do? So on the first picture on the left, you can see that we can click transport. After that, you can click Alishan route. Once you go to the second picture, there's a few bus that you can take. I think you can go and online search. But let's say if you want the bus from Jiayi station directly to Alishan, you can pick the 5th icon. So it's a 7322 bus. Okay, so on the third picture, you can see a list of timings of all the bus. So if you cannot read Chinese, you just need to make sure of the 2 terms, Qi Chen and Hui Chen. So if the first is Qi, right? Basically, it's the one circled in red. You can know that it's from Alishan to Jiayi. So the alternative, the Hui Chen, will be from Jiayi to it's from Alishan to Jiayi. Yeah. So you choose the timing you want. After that, from the 4th picture, you can see usually you just choose the full price. So you'll pay 240. So I mean, if you're elderly or you have kids, you can choose based on the respectively prices. Then you can click either automatically assign seat or you want to choose your own seat. So if you want to choose your own seat, which is the right gray button, you can choose your own seat. After that, make the payment. So once you make the payment on day one before you end day one, please go to the family mart to collect the tickets. So on day two, when you take the bus up to Alishan, they only accept physical ticket for the bus. Yeah. Okay, so lastly, the ride-hailing app. So for ride-hailing app, I recommend you to either use the Find Taxi, Taiwan Taxi Driver, or Uber. So these two are the main ride-hailing app you can use throughout all the cities. I recommend you to use the Find Taxi instead, as it is cheaper, and I think more of the Taiwan driver use that app. However, if you want to pay using card, usually it's harder as most of them accept cash only. You can select the option to choose that you only want to pay using cards, but you'll find less taxi that way. So lastly, there's Klook, where you can use to charter cars. That's mainly for car chartering and not ride hailing. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.